We're with our Dobie Langenkamp, and we're going to talk about your plays that you've recently written. But first, I'd like to know a little bit about your background.
Well, I'm a Tulsan. I was born here on 13th in Peoria in 1936 on what I tell my friends was the hottest day in the history of Oklahoma, 116 degrees. And I've been out of town, lived in Washington and other places, but most of the time I've lived here in Tulsa.
So what kind of jobs have you done?
Well, I started off as a lawyer, and I practiced law until about 1977, and then I had a job with the Carter administration. I went to Washington as a deputy assistant secretary, and I stayed up there for 4 years until Reagan sent me home. And then I came back here and got in the oil business, and I was at an oil company for about 15 years. And then I went back to Washington as a deputy assistant secretary, once again under the Clinton administration. And then I did some consulting for the State Department overseas in Kazakhstan and Georgia. Then I came back to Tulsa and went to work at the University of Tulsa as a law professor. And I worked there for 6 or 8 years. And then I sort of retired at that time.
So what are you doing now?
Well, I have a ranch, and I have about 50 cows that I care for, and more or less. And I spend a lot of time writing.
Okay.
That's my hobby now. The cattle and the grandchildren and the writing.
Keep you busy?
Keep me busy.
So with all of your travel, where's your favorite place to be?
Well, I've been to a lot of countries, and I love to. I counted one time 35 countries: Kazakhstan, Uganda, Angola, Sao Tome, Morocco. But I have a ranch up on the Spavinaw Creek, and I really find it about as wonderful as any place I've been in the world. Oklahoma has some scenes in some places that are just as attractive as any place in the world.
Well, we're very thankful that you have contacted Theater Pops in their 20th year. We're really excited to be putting on these plays for you.
You say it's been 20 years. You've
20
put on
years.
plays for 20
Yes.
years. Well, I've seen a number of Theater Pops, and when I saw a couple of the plays last year and one of the plays this year, I thought to myself, this company is super. And I ran into Randy between scenes, and I said, tell me about who this group is. And he says, well, this is Theater Pops. And I said, would you mind if I send you a couple of my plays? I have about 6 of them laying there, and I took the 2 that I liked the best and were the furthest along, and I send them to Randy, and the rest is history.
Well, we're really excited.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited too, and of course all my friends are too. They are, they're a little bit surprised to see me in a playwriting mode, and I hope after seeing this play they are willing to acknowledge that I have this little side interest.
Well, it's very fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kara. But we ought to say that Kara plays the lead part in Jesus for the Defense. She is the defendant that Jesus is defending.